Hello everybody, how are you going? Or welcome to this video where I will be looking at Irish people trying Canadian chocolate bars. Canadian province chocolate bars.
Love chocolate, but I feel like it's gonna be too sweet for me. Canadians are too sweet.
Okay. On this channel, I've tried a lot of different Canadian snacks over the years.
I am excited for Le Chocolates.
I'm sure they can do good chocolate. I mean, like, they've got big fields there in Canada. They must have cows, too.
Have you had Canadian chocolate before?
No.
It's the best.
Is it?
Really?
It's Canadians, maybe not chocolate, but sweets. Canadian candy stuff is
south of the
fantastic.
border. It's terrible.
Oh, but the Canadians,
Yeah.
well.
Okay.
I guess that is going to be the major question, isn't it? What does Canadian chocolate cater for? Does it cater for the USA with the corn syrup and all those kind of sugary bits instead of the UK, Europe side, which is just a different set of ingredients? It's really that simple. And some people love one and some people love the other, and it can cater to two separate, different parts of the world's taste buds. And of course, then if you're going to be adding nuts, maple syrup, raisins, sultanas, anything else that you might be possibly discovering, throwing in with the chocolate, that can change it up as well. But what is the kind of creaminess of the chocolate going to be like, and what is the flavor? Because some chocolates just taste like dirt. Starting off though with Prince Edward Islands. Who's your father?
Is that the name of the chocolate bar, or is that just a general question?
Who's your father? Who's your father?
Thickness of that bad boy.
Who's your father?
Who's her father? Oh, how's she cutting?
How's your mother? Is your father working?
That's very Irish. Isn't it?
I'm guessing this is from, are these Newfies?
If you've ever seen the musical Come From Away, it's about all the planes that were landed in Newfoundland.
There we go.
And the accents are vaguely Irish, but at first I was just like, are people just doing bad Irish accents? Like, what's going on here?
Milk chocolate
Nope.
with potato chips.
Yes, bitch. Now we're talking.
Chocolat
See,
au lait
what
avec
is
chips
that?
de pomme de terre. That, of course, means, who's your father? It means, I did French.
They're so remote that they don't have, like, a real passion for graphic design. I mean, I'm sure this could be very tasty. We haven't tasted it yet.
Yeah.
But your first bite is with your eyes.
Right.
Yeah,
Go.
they certainly haven't gone for any kind of crazy packaging, which is quite surprising. If this is truly going to be like a domestically produced product, not just like one store, one homemade mum and pop store or something, if this is going to be a viable product across Canada, or at least in an entire province, the fact that it looks like that is surprising to me. I don't think it looks bad. It kind of looks like a Charlie and the Chocolate Bar kind of bar in terms of all the silver wrapping. And then the lighthouse, I don't know if that really blends in, but I guess it's just being patriotic to its location. And like they said, the fact that there's going to be potato chips in there, and then they were talking about the accents as well, you can truly see where the heritage is for these places. And I wonder if it's going to change. But my God, does Eastern Canada basically just live next door to Ireland?
Let's go.
What's it going to be? Surely the
actually chocolate's quite
savouriness
nice.
is going to
I
work.
actually like that.
Yum.
Yeah. That was really good.
It's 90% just milk chocolate.
Yeah. I mean, 90% milk chocolate is 100% good.
I don't get what the other thing is. The carpet or whatever stuck to it.
It could have gone really
You said
badly wrong.
carpet.
Yeah.
But then again, have you ever had put chocolate in their popcorn or chocolate in their in with their crisps?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be me now. I wouldn't do that.
I don't put them in. My chocolate and my popcorn, and I would have some popcorn, and then I would have some chocolate.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's just this little bottom layer, actually.
Yeah.
Loads of crisps all over these boys.
Yeah, so what have they done? I guess it looks like they've just got someone's potato chips, someone's chips, and just smashed them to smithereens. So it's not like it's dust, at least, but just shredded it enough, and it's not really through it. It looks like they just then put it on a tray and pour chocolate over the top, and that's what it just gives it all the base layer, which I guess is going to be working if you are going to be eating it in a quote-unquote correct orientation. Then you are going to be having that savory and sweet on your tongue at the same time, which might be part of all of the science. But like I said, just for these guys to be having chips and chocolate off the get-go there's no surprise, and it's a surprise.
Loads of crisps all over these boys.
Yeah, definitely.
Barely any crisps on here.
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
feel like they won't commit. Like, either put the potato chips through the chocolate or don't. But like, this is like, I mean, like, just commit to things, Canada.
I just licked
Right,
my
so
fingers
it's
and
not
there was a lot of
actually
salt
through,
on my
which
fingers.
is weird.
But I'm not getting a lot of salt in the taste of it.
It's probably good for your heart.
Probably is. Oh boy.
Yeah, I really like that. I really like that. I think it's funny that they went with russet potatoes and not Prince Edward potatoes.
You know a lot about a lot.
pausing it here, it does make me wonder if they've rewrapped these. There's no way that surely 2 in a row are going to be looking practically identical. I mean, what are you talking about? What are you, yat? What are, I didn't even read that, but I don't know what that says, but it looks the same as the last one, even just down to the wrapping style and everything. I mean, PEI versus Newfoundland, not that far apart. But what is going on if this is actually their packaging? It doesn't make sense to me. Dark chocolate and sea salt, though.
Newfoundland,
that's pretty
the most
normal.
Irish part of Canada.
What's up, mate?
What are you at?
What are you at?
What are you at? I like it. A very Irish thing again.
Like, that's just what we say here. What are you at?
Yeah.
Well, what we say.
Well, it looks
Exactly.
kind of
It's
dark,
more
which is nice.
Yeah.
I definitely like darker chocolate.
too,
It
me
is dark
too,
chocolate,
yeah.
but what's the
That's
percent?
so
What do they
dark.
do percent?
It's around 60.
Yeah.
How it looks.
And what would be your
God.
preference?
I like 60 and up, yeah.
I like 75.
I mean, dark chocolate and sea salt. I mean,
My
who
God.
doesn't like that? Oh,
I
don't
don't
say
want to
it.
make things awkward. I'm not the biggest fan of dark chocolate.
I might be okay with this. It depends on how dark we're talking
I
here.
was told the trick to dark chocolate is take tiny bites, but like whoever said that to me just doesn't understand how I eat.
Exactly. Like, I don't understand. I know dark chocolate is, 1, apparently healthier, 2, apparently more chocolatey. Well, I guess it is more chocolatey, but I don't know. It's just so bitter. And maybe it's just the chocolate I've been having, but everything, they love to put all these other stuff with it, be it either coffee or other stuff, and it's just like, oh, no matter what you do to it, it just doesn't seem to work. They always try to cover it up with other things, and then even if it's base form, it doesn't really work for me. It's not creamy as much, it's just, like I said, bitter.
I always call like the bottom of things the bum of them, or the arse.
Now I'm just very conscious I'm about to be eating this, and I'm eating the chocolate's bum.
Alrighty.
What's it gonna be like? Ooh.
Salty.
Salty.
That's
How
a very
salty?
salty bum.
Like, it's okay. I'm not mad about dark chocolate, but if I was in a jam, I'd eat this.
Oh, this with some jam. Oh boy.
I do like salt and chocolate.
I love salt and chocolate, and that's really, really good.
That's really fucking good.
It's harder. I always forget the dark chocolate is harder to bite into as well.
Yeah, it'll get you.
The sea salt really
Yeah, you get the salt.
lessens the kick of the dark chocolate. What are you at? Oh yeah.
Like, it's a very clearly
Sweet, savoury.
high quality product, made with love.
Very rich. Couldn't have that much of it.
It's a bit
Yeah.
CE.
But then I guess, does it get richer as you go up to 75 that he said he liked, or does it get richer as you go down? I don't know. I don't know how it would work. I mean, I guess surely if you're adding more sugar, it would be going down. Is that right? Whatever it is, I mean, he clearly, everyone seemed to like it, so fair play to them. As I feel like a lot of people might go, I'm just not really a big chocolate person, and maybe they wouldn't have put them in this video, but then they've done other videos that they aren't particularly catered towards the one person, and they still just go, it's not really for me. So maybe we are just seeing the perfect recipe just to be having something for everyone, just having the chips and the chocolate and the sea salt and the chocolate. I don't know what we're going to be going next. Maybe it's chocolate covered salt. That's the only place we got to go. But no, considering that everyone seems to be very, very happy with what they're being dished out here, it seems like Canada is doing it right. Compared to the USA, like they said, that a lot of places just don't do it right. They're not having it like European chocolate. It seems that especially in Eastern Canada, which I guess is, we'll see if it swaps once we get past Quebec. But so far, it's definitely being very European, or at least catering to Europeans.
It's a bit CEE. I know the sea tastes of salt, but this salt tastes like the sea.
I think I could read through this bar easier than the other one, simply because of the salt. I think the salt is making me just want to keep eating
The
it.
salt is nice, but I'm just not dark chocolate fan. I'll swap you my leftover bit of this for the leftover bit you're keeping on the other one.
And to that I said, what are you at? No, I
I've
won't.
only taken 2 pieces of this. That's a good deal.
You know what this
Fair
is?
enough.
It's umami.
What?
Now who has notions?
So then, because when you taste it, you're like, ooh, mommy.
Exactly, it's got that. Woo, umami.
Alright, well they must just be rewrapping them. There is no way that it can be 3 in a row. Or actually, I guess, what's Peace by Chocolate? Maybe that's what it's actually coming from. I did see that before, but I wasn't sure if I was just seeing 2 of the same or if I was conjuring something in my mind. But Peace by Chocolate is clearly, a distributor of some sort, a provincial distributor of chocolate, and then is providing internationally, I guess from New Brunswick this time. Fill your boots. Who knows how different they are? Who knows what the actual difference in the manufacturer? I mean, obviously this one's dark chocolate and maple flakes. I guess, like I said, we hadn't seen maple, and so that makes sense, but it's not going to be, any more savory, so it's just going to be sweet on sweet. But at least the dark chocolate won't be too crazy, if that's what some people will prefer.
Fill your boots!
New Brunswick.
Fill your boots, New Brunswick.
These are all the best parts of Canada.
Fill your boots.
Fill your boots from New Brunswick.
Here we go.
New Brunswick. Much better than that old Brunswick, which we're all so familiar with.
Wouldn't say that too often, to be honest with you.
I wouldn't say it, but I would hear people say it.
Would you?
Yeah.
As in, like, here's some chocolate. How much can I take? Fill your boots.
Fill your boots.
That type of thing, is it?
Wow.
Yeah, I've heard people say
Fill
it.
your boots with chocolate. Walk
Fill
this
your
way.
boots. Maple flakes. That's a good addition to chocolate.
What are we going to be having?
How do you flake a maple?
I think if you just let the maple like harden
Yeah.
and then flake it.
Yeah.
Ooh, how do you flake a maple? I'm guessing that it's going to be kind of like a nougat-y effect of it, like a Toblerone nougat smattering through there. That's the only thing I can imagine, as you would just boil it and boil it and boil it and boil it and reduce it until you just do have this solid glob of sugar, of maple sugar, and then you just somehow dice it up. I don't even know how you would dice something like that up. Maybe you have to freeze it, dry it, I don't know, and then finally it can go in the chocolate. But that sounds like a pretty process compared to just smashing up some chips.
I mean, I know maple syrup.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that this is like a maple syrup. But maple's also a tree, so this might just be like flakes of wood.
But the sayings are quite Irish influenced. I didn't realise that it was pretty much all the east coast of Canada is. I thought it was just like
Very
Newfoundland.
Irish.
That it was
We get everywhere, though.
We do, that's
get
true. Yeah,
everywhere, we're
yeah.
everywhere.
And we ride like lightning. Like we procreate.
Just go.
Go for it.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, what is on the bottom of that?
Oh.
What is on the bottom of that?
Oh god, hard to bite. The flakes don't help with the hardness of the chocolate. I'll tell you that much.
Whoa,
I would fill my boots with this chocolate.
This tastes more like regular chocolate because you've got the sweetness of the maple.
Yeah, covering up the horrible dark chocolate
Yeah.
taste.
I'm not getting the
That's
flavour.
what I was wondering.
Yeah, they're not really adding.
I like dark chocolate. And I feel like the presence of all the sugar from the maple is making it like just milk chocolate.
No.
What?
No, I'm still getting the dark.
Not overly mapley, but
That's
it's there.
crazy. The fact that you were tasting that much maple, and everyone else apparently is disagreeing, but the fact that you can taste that much maple that you think that it's just milk, that's just not how the chocolate works. Like in my taste bud mind, there's no way you could deceive me of dark chocolate. Like it's just, I would love to try these in terms of just seeing how bitter they are. I would love to try them in the fact that I probably still wouldn't enjoy them, but just to have the relevance of what they are talking about. Man, how can you possibly say that 60% cocoa, 60% dark chocolate is ever going to be like milk chocolate? Because there's a couple of maple flakes on it. I mean, it looks like it's on the bottom. So maybe you just have to flip it over and then tell me how much is really tasting like milk chocolate. But then again, it looks like the chips, and I thought they just kind of switched up the footage for 1 second, but that doesn't look like maple flakes. And so I don't know how that's really working, and why is it not through the chocolate, really?
I like dark chocolate. And I feel like the presence of all the sugar from the maple
You're
is
crazy,
making
man.
it like just milk chocolate.
No. No, I'm still getting the dark.
Not overly mapley, but it's there.
I could do it a little bit more maple.
Yeah, maybe the whole way through.
Yeah.
Is this the crud of maple that gathers around like the barrels? All the
true.
nice stuff goes into syrup, and then this is the crud.
The-
and they just
the
crumble it
burnt
up and go,
bits.
it's like, what's flakes? Flakes of maple.
This is delicious.
You're still getting a little bit of dark bitterness, but you're losing a lot of it.
I want some mint in this now.
I don't know if any part of Canada is known for producing mint.
Fuck off.
Surely somewhere. It's a big country. There's no way that nowhere in Canada can produce mint, or at least maybe it already does, but there's definitely somewhere that can produce mint and does produce mint on some kind of scale. It's not like you're going to be importing mint. It barely lasts in a pot or you're in your kitchen for 2 days. You can't be shipping it from China, Singapore, Middle East, like anywhere the furthest possible away. Dark chocolate again. Why is everyone obsessed with dark chocolate and wild blueberries? What? I guess dried and then, hopefully they're not just on the bottom. I guess once again it is going to be by the same company again. So I do want to know more about Peace Chocolate, Peace by Chocolate. What is their mantra, or more so where have they come from? As I don't understand. If you just, they feel like a company that isn't actually sourcing from every place. They're just kind of making it chocolate themed on every place. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm going to run with the fact that hopefully they are actually working with the ideas and produce of each province.
They're good high energy, and I'm like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How much
No,
chocolate
I,
do these guys
I'll
eat?
give you the stuff you need. Here, I'll give you the stuff.
I'm just here to make you look
comes.
funnier. Like
Here it comes. Oh boy!
Oh, what is it?
That looks nice.
Imagine.
Imagine that.
I don't know.
Okay.
Imagine.
Nova Scotia.
That is quite an Irish phrase.
Again.
Imagine.
Dark chocolate again with Nova Scotian wild blueberries.
Oh, I like blueberries.
Okay.
Oh, come on. No, chocolate and fruit don't mix. I've said it once,
Okay.
I've said it 1,000 times.
Interesting.
Don't be putting them together.
I like fruit and nut. Usually I like
Yeah.
fruit and nut as a combo.
I think we have bad examples of fruit and chocolate here because we just have raisins, really.
Okay, blueberries.
Okay. I can see why some people wouldn't be liking that, as if you're not going to be liking raisins or sultanas and you're going to be then putting it in dark chocolate. Oh, man, then just, you might as well not bother. But yeah, fruit and nut, just straight up nut, it all works, really. But then just to be having blueberries, I'm interested to know the actual manufacturing process of this. I mean, some people clearly don't like fruit at all, but other people are going to be liking fruit and nut. And so I'm sure it'll work. All of these just seem to be setting a pretty high standard. Unless one just goes, it's not for us at all. It would be pretty unlikely at this rate. But still, it seems like this company, Peace by Chocolate, they know their stuff. It just might not taste for everyone.
Okay, blueberries. This is.
Where are the blueberries?
They have to
Where
be
are they
inside.
possibly
They
going
have
to be, though, and actually
not
be
the
able to be
USP.
Don't
tasted?
make the mix.
Why did you do this to block me?
Inter chocolate fruits marriages. Break it up. Break it up.
All right.
Okay.
Come on. Are they even going to get any? I mean, how many are in there?
No.
Difference.
No
At
difference.
all.
I'm actually tasting something in there. Not a huge blueberry flavour though.
Any bit of blueberry that I am getting, I'm really not. It feels like it's not supposed to be there.
Oh, at the very end, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm getting this kind of like weird soury tang.
You could have just given this to me and told me it was dark chocolate and I'd have eaten it and I'd be like, yeah, cool.
Now I'm trying not to think of blueberry.
Fair enough.
And I'm chewing it and I'm like, yeah.
There's nothing
Could have
there.
been.
This
That's
is probably
what
my
I was
least
wondering.
favourite one of the dark chocolates. This actually tastes like dark chocolate. You should have done these in reverse.
Yeah.
If we could go back in time and change one thing, I would have started with this.
Leave it alone, for God's sake. The chocolate is gorgeous, and the blueberry is just like coming in an uninvited guest at this party. Honestly.
Yeah.
To be fair, to him, it is a hard task to get a juicy blue, put it in some dark chocolate, and for it to retain all of its flavours and all that kind of stuff. But
Exactly.
they're the ones that thought of it in the first place. So
If I had the person, I would have been like, these are all shit, and I would have just complained the whole way through. So maybe it's better.
So what you're saying is they know you better than you know yourself. And,
Yeah.
and so they
I don't know anything about myself.
Who does?
Nobody.
Nobody know. You don't know yourself. Come on.
I guess I was both half right and double right, considering the fact that I said I was just not sure how the blueberries were ever going to be working. If they're going to be dried, then they're kind of losing all their blueberry juiciness, and then I don't really get the fact that they're even going to be doing anything. And then also how you're going to be manufacturing that. And then if you do have it, if the taste is going to be there, is it going to be working? And it seems like the taste didn't work if it was actually there, but most of the time it wasn't there, and because it's really difficult to do. And so you might as well just leave it out because, like they said, she said that the chocolate's lovely. And so don't bother. I mean, maybe you just have to be just ripping it apart and just putting an extra couple of blueberries on top, and then you really get the true kind of flavor mixed with the fresh blueberries and the blueberry chocolate. That might work. A bit of ice cream or something. I don't know, whatever you want to be doing to it. It just seems like that's a really different or difficult process to pull off. You'd need to have a double thick chocolate bar to be having a full-on massive blueberry somehow suspended in the chocolate while it's still molten, and then freeze it from there. That'd be a hard task to preserve a blueberry so when you bite into it, kind of like a chocolate-filled muffin or something, like a liquid chocolate muffin. That's what people are probably thinking it would hopefully be, and that would be impossible and honestly might not really sustain the blueberry too well. Like, you would probably have a rough time. And so to be dealing with the preservative factor, the longevity factor of the chocolate, where it can last obviously longer than the fruit can in its normal form, it makes sense to do it that way, but it seems like it didn't really hit the point of the entire thing.
It might have been a situation where they looked at Nova Scotia and were like, what products do they produce in Nova Scotia that we can put in chocolate? And they just had,
See, that's
they just
what I'm
narrowed it down to
wondering.
blueberries because there was
Blueberries.
nothing else.
Yeah.
We got fish.
God, we're throwing so much shit. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not doing that.
Oh, no.
Fishy chocolate, why not?
I think that Canada's East Coast is beautiful, and I've learned that from their packaging.
they seem like really, really lovely people.
They do. A lot of heart.
A lot of heart.
What's a good
Well, 'cause
Irish
they're all
saying to
Irish.
sum that all up? Okay, yeah. I mean, sure, look. Is what I'd put on a chocolate. Sure, look.
Where's that possibly going to be going? You went through the entire East Coast already, and I am a little bit disappointed that we didn't get to see the rest of the entire country in terms of, I mean, I'm sure you're going to be having plenty of French chocolate in Quebec, just having all of those kind of imported cultural remnants coming over and really making some differences come in there. Maybe for the better, maybe not for everyone. And then BC, yeah, you're probably going to have some more Americanized chocolate, but maybe not. Maybe you're just going to have the full breadth, and so you can truly cater towards everyone. If you like the Hershey style, you can get the Hershey style. If you like this dark chocolate style, you can get the dark chocolate style. Or if you like somewhere in between, you can probably also get that. But this company seems to be doing a cool job. Like I said, it seems like they didn't actually gonna get this chocolate from each province, and so I'd love to know how that works. And maybe it's just province themed, like they said, based on products and produce from the area. Blueberries, fish, hopefully not. Who knows, maybe if you could make that work, you might be onto something, but you might have a pretty small demographic about who would actually be willing to buy such a product. Either way, if nothing else, Canada and these chocolate bars certainly taught us that the East Coast is so highly dominated with Irish heritage. All of these guys and girls just going, yeah, well, we say that on a daily basis, and how is this Canadian? You should just say this is a Irish chocolate because it's branded as it is, and so considering we like it, they like it. It really makes the world go round when you can just see the cultural chocolate melting pot.